So to finish this off now, we found out y was equal to 5. Two negatives made a positive. So the y-intercept is 5, and all we have to do is draw these two lines together, and you've got your line. So if we flip it over, we're going to look at example number 2. So we're going to apply this standard form of the equation to a word problem, and you can see this will make a lot of sense on why we use this standard form a lot, because it's going to apply to a lot of different situations. So Maria orders some party favors from an online store. When 30 neon bouncing balls, it's going to be important, and 12 glow-in-the-dark necklaces came, she forgot how much each item had cost. The total cost of the bill was $24. So write an equation to represent the situation. Okay, so we're going to use x and y to represent our bouncing balls and the glow-in-the-dark ones. And we know how many we got, but we don't know the price. But we do know the total. Okay, so if we add up all of our items, it's going to equal 24. So we're going to do 30 bouncing balls, 12 glow-in-the-dark necklaces for a total price of 24. So we're going to let x equal the cost of the bouncy balls, and we're going to let y equal the cost of the necklaces. So again, we don't know the cost. That's what we're looking at here, the cost of the bouncy balls and the cost of the necklaces, but we do know how many there were. So if I told you the cost of the bouncy balls, how much one cost, you would do 30 times that, and that'll give you the cost total of them. So it's going to be 30 times the cost of the bouncy balls, which we don't know, plus 12 glow-in-the-dark balls times the cost, 12 necklaces. So 12 times the cost of the necklaces. And if I added those costs together, they're going to have to equal 24. So this is a very basic real-world application of this standard form. You've got two different items, so you need two different variables, and you want to know the cost total, so you're going to add them together. Okay, so there's your standard form equation. Of course, we could rearrange that into different things and talk about what they mean, but today is just standard form. So let's use it now. If they tell you the neon bouncing balls cost 50 cents, so how much is a glow-in-the-dark necklace? So they're going to give you one of the two. They got to give you X, they got to give you Y, and you're just solving for the other one. So our bouncy balls, now notice I define my variables so I don't make the mistake of going back and plugging in for the wrong one. My bouncy balls are X. There's 30 of them. So that's what I'm going to plug in for. So it's 30 times 50 cents. Don't put 50. That'll be $50. 50 cents. And then 12 necklaces, which we still don't know how much they cost. But I do know total I spent $24, or she spent $24. Okay, so now using this equation, I can find y, which would be the cost of the necklaces. So I'm going to multiply here. 50 cents, that's like a half. Okay, 0.5 is a half, so times 30, that's just 15. Now, all I want to do is get y by itself, so we know how to do that. And now all I want to do is divide by 12. And I'm going to leave this fraction, 9 over 12. Simplify it, 3/4. Now, we're talking about money, so you're not going to say it costs $0.75. Turn it into a decimal. We should know what it is, but if you divide 3 divided by 4, you're going to get 0.75, which would be 75 cents. So they cost 75 cents. Or you could write it as 75 cents like this. But if you write it out like this, you do put the dollar sign and it goes in front. And if you write just 75 cents, it goes at the end.